Hello Trekkies and welcome back with another video of TREKKERPRISE. Well, today we're going to talk about Star Trek Discovery Season 2 Episode 9, Project Daedalus. Well, this is the episode that I kind of have a bit of an issue with. It's not that we got to see the AI taking over Ariam, but the Ariam backstory itself. So I found that Star Trek Discovery kind of does that every now and then, that they have a secondary character that we just seen in the background, and then finally at one point he or she gets an episode, and then at the end they just write her off. They try to build up the backstory for the character in one episode, in one short half an hour, and then in the end they got her a send-off, which I did not feel appropriate, and I did not feel really emotional as well. I wasn't really moved by Ariam's death at the end of this episode. Just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel really good that, you know, they had this backstory for Ariam, which was really nice, don't get me wrong. It was really nice to see and really nice to experience that, how she was actually mingling with the crew, how she actually had a life before she became an artificial life form, how she keeps a little sample of sand, how she keeps a picture of her husband, and how she actually connects with her own self, because she's now a different person, obviously. I just don't really get why a secondary character have to have a backstory just in one episode instead of having like bits and pieces through the whole episode and whole series. They could have done something in season 1 and season 2 as well, but they just didn't do anything with Ariam apart from, you know, from the 3 red dots, and then everything just happened to focus on Ariam after that point. So it's maybe just some character traits that we didn't really get to see, but I kind of feel that they didn't really do a good job with Ariam's backstory just in one episode. They could have spread it out. They could have spread the story out for like a couple of episodes before, and then just get to know the character a bit more, and then hey, and now she's dead, and then, you know, I feel a bit more emotional, but now I kind of just like, why did they kill her? Obviously the biggest chunk of the story that AI takes control of the Section 31 base. Now again, we go in there, and then we have this minefield that I kind of liked and disliked in the same sense, because, you know, first we got to see that the reaction from the whole Discovery crew that, hey, the mines are restricted, they are abandoned by Federation, and then it's like, not really, not with Section 31, they can have them. There's a little twist that I don't really understand about these mines. They said that they really attract for the shields. So if the ship raises its shields, the mines start activating themselves, and they just, you know, start to throw themselves to the ship itself. To avoid that, Admiral Cornwall said to Pike that, hey, you should lower shields and then just navigate through the minefield, it's not gonna be any issue with it. But then they switched the ship to yellow alert. And if my memory serves well, if you switch to yellow alert, the ship actually raises its shields. So what happened there? Moving forward, the episode was really interesting. We kind of got to see that Ariam trying to take over Discovery's data stream, and trying to download and upload everything from Discovery regarding to the sphere data to the control, to the Section 31 base, and then send it over to the AI. And Ariam kind of became the AI kind of person, which I think it's interesting to see. And obviously she was trying to fight against the AI, but she couldn't, and then she just basically straight told to Burnham, if you open this door, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna kill you. The other thing that I noticed in this episode is Commander Nan from the Enterprise. Well, she kind of noticed that something's wrong with Ariam. She didn't really say anything to anyone. Now, if I see someone behaving irregularly than usual, then I should let the captain know, and then, hey, or at least someone that, hey, like, you know, she's not behaving quite well, so just really look at her. But she just kept looking at Ariam, she just kept monitoring Ariam without saying anything. So I kind of feel that she is not really a good security officer either, because if there's a risk to the ship or for the crew, even if it's a slight feeling, that you should report it to the captain, and we should, you know, look into it a bit more. And this kind of bothers me. If she's the chief security officer in the Enterprise, then there's no wonder why she's gonna get replaced by when we got to the original series. So it will make sense at the end. Overall, I like this episode. It's not the worst of Discovery, but it's not the best either. I think the previous episode, well, maybe for fan service reasons, but it was much better than this one. And as I mentioned, having Ariam focused on in this episode and giving her a backstory for one episode, when we got the chance to actually show bits of her life in the previous episodes and way more, it just doesn't really feel right to me. The story itself was okay, and we got to see this Project Daedalus, and then she actually mentioned at the very end of the episode that, hey, Project Daedalus, and it's actually you, Michael, you are the cause of all of this. Yeah, we'll see about that in the next episode, I presume. So that was it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts about episode 9, Project Daedalus, in the comment section below, and let's start the discussion. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe to receive all the geekiness every week. And until next time, live long and prosper.